Hey everybody, today we're riding the 2018 Yamaha Star Eluder. This is the middle brother, I'm not going to say little brother because this bike's still pretty big, but middle brother to Yamaha and Star's awesome transcontinental Venture touring bike. So the Venture is the granddaddy, the big daddy, you know, the big touring bike. This is its brother designed for I guess shorter distance riding. You know, it's got that same persona as the Venture, but you know, a little bit lower stance and a little bit more chopped look with the smaller windscreen and the removal of the back top case. I've always had an affinity for bagger motorcycles. I just love them. You know, they kind of are the best of both worlds to me, between a V-twin cruiser and a touring bike. Very nice machines. And this Eluder is following in the footsteps of that genre very nicely. Very well suited to being a bagger. Spent a lot of time on this Star Venture version this past summer. We created four videos on it, and it's good to get reacclimated to the bike. You know, this Eluder is not a whole lot different from that bike. You know, it is lighter, 82 pounds lighter to be exact, and man, that 82 pounds, you really feel that weight removal. It is just so much more maneuverable. And you know, at first I was kind of bemoaning Yamaha for removing that SurePark reverse mechanical mechanism. You know, the Star Venture has that system where, you know, you hit a lever, you push a button, and it'll literally back up. This motorcycle does not have that feature, but you know, honestly, don't really miss it. That 82 pounds less weight really makes quite a big difference in the parking lot. It's actually a pretty easy motorcycle to park and maneuver at real low speeds. You know, the good thing about this bike too is once you get, you know, just a couple miles per hour of roll speed, as long as those wheels are spinning even at 5 miles per hour, this motorcycle is very, very, very maneuverable. It'll blow you away with how agile it is. I remember during that Star Venture first test review, you know, I remember that the handling of this bike was a little bit more active, should I say, a little bit more apt to turn than I would have liked, but I'm not feeling that same condition on this Eluder. I don't know if it's because it sits maybe a little bit lower in the back or because it's lost that you know, 82 pounds, but it handles a little bit more neutrally. You know, it's not any slower handling, but it just seems to follow a line maybe a hint better than that Star Venture, or not really better, I should say, just differently, just a little bit more linear feeling, and I like that. You know, but on the flip side, the ground clearance doesn't feel quite as good as that heavier Venture, which is kind of surprising. But after all, you know, bagger bikes are all about sitting low in the rear and, you know, looking cool, so that could be it. Obviously, this motorcycle has a remote preload adjustment knob right here, right below the seat here on the right. You pop off the panel and you can adjust it by pretty easily right there. We didn't tweak it, we're riding it stock and it's fine. And you know, just off the showroom floor, this thing just rides so good. Like it's like you're riding on a cloud. Right now we're driving over a really bumpy road. You can see it, you can kind of feel just a hair of the stutter bumps, but the suspension and chassis just filters it out so well. It's truly a regal ride. This is a very, very comfortable, good riding motorcycle. You know, I'd have no problems riding this thing all day. The seat's nice and wide, nice and big. Would be nice to have a little bit of back support, but hey, we're riding a bagger. We can't let style dictate comfort for us. But not bad at all. Very comfortable. Floorboards are nice and long and wide. Seating position's good. These handlebars are not too high, not too low, have a nice rearward sweep. You can pop off these 4 caps here, add some adjustment if you wanted to. I'm sure you could probably switch the handlebars out pretty easily too. But this is a neat bike. You know, we're in top gear right now. We're in 6th gear, you know, because it says right there, gear 6. And we're pulling, you know, 2250 RPM. Not bad. You know, this thing cruises around real good. It's got a ton of torque. Tons of torque. All I got to do is, well, we're going to turn right here, so we'll wait to do what I wanted to do. Transmission, very, very positive feeling. Like this feels like a very quality machine. Well, screw it, let's open her up. God, this thing has a lot of torque. Immediate torque too, you just twist the throttle and the thing goes. Right now we're riding in touring mode with a T. What that is, it's one of 2 adjustable throttle maps. And you have to remember, this motorcycle features Yamaha's chip control throttle. It's a technology that they originally raced with, I think, the 2006 YZF-R6, so sport bike motorcycle they unveiled 12 years ago. And what it does is it removes the actual mechanical connection. There's no throttle cable between the twist grip and the throttle bodies. What it is actually it's a sensor, ride by wire. So you turn this thing, it tells the sensor, which in turn tells the sensor on the throttle bodies to open, and that's how it goes. And you'd never know the difference. It's very, very smooth, very linear feeling. Feels just like a mechanical one. Really accurate. You'll never know the difference. It works really good. Really enjoy how playful this engine is. You know, it's just got. It's not totally vibration free. There is a little bit of vibration, but it's not the bad vibration. It's the kind that lets you know that you're riding a motorcycle. That guttural, you know, boom, 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 V-twin, double piston, bang. You feel it right here at the right twist grip. Sounds pretty cool too. It's not overly obnoxious by any means, but it's got a little bit of rumble to it. You know, Yamaha tapped its music subsidiary when they were developing the harmonics for this bike, and they did a good job. You know, personally, I probably wouldn't even put an aftermarket exhaust on this thing. I like the way it sounds stock. It's a very comfortable ride. This short windscreen, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I wish the windscreen had some adjustment. You know, I'd like to be able to move the windscreen up and down, but after all, it is a bagger, you know, so that kind of doesn't fit the mold of that segment, but it would be nice to have some electronic adjustment. Another gripe I have is, you know, heated grips on this thing. Yeah, it has a heated seat standard, but heated grips are actually an accessory. And, you know, to me, you're spending, you know, $22,500 on a bagger and doesn't have heated grips. It's kind of goofy to me. Like, this thing should have heated grips for that price. But it is available as a Yamaha genuine accessory, and, you know, I think Yamaha says they offer 25 accessories in total, from fog lights to, you know, heel shifters, to you know, backrests. They have a whole bunch of stuff, and the great thing about all those accessories are they're engineered by Yamaha Motor Corporation. You know, they complement the 5-year warranty of this motorcycle, so you never have any worries. And sometimes when you buy aftermarket accessories, sometimes the fit and finish isn't, you know, maybe the best. When you buy Yamaha accessories, you know it's going to be good. It's going to complement your existing warranty. Brakes on this motorcycle, you know, they work great. I really like the feel that you get out of the lever. They're not these brakes are real sharp feeling. Not overly so, but when you're on them, you can feel that centered, you know, centeredness, that compound, that brake pad compound, you know, mashing into the rotors. And it's got a real pleasing feel when you're stopping. I like that this back brake's nice and strong and powerful. You know, I'm a big back brake guy, and I like that this thing has some mash to it. You know, you don't really even need to use the front brake that much just because the rear brake is so powerful if you wanted to. It's always good to use both. But if you just wanted to use the back brake exclusively, you'd probably be okay. You know, ABS on this thing, well sorted. You're gonna never know it's there until you really need it. And that's what I like. You probably can't see so good, but you know, the Star Eluder has LED lighting front and rear, and man, it looks good. Like, I really like the way those tail lights look on this motorcycle. It looks just tough and mean, and you know, you look at the style of the exhaust pipes too. It almost looks like, you know, like a cannon, like two small cannons with these two Svet LEDs. It's a really pretty motorcycle. Yamaha engineers did a great job on the styling of this thing. Front end of it, you know, we were lucky enough to hang out with the Yamaha engineers from Japan at the Star Venture first test review, and you know, they revealed that that Mopar Barracuda was the basis for the front end styling of this bike. And how cool is that, man? How cool is that Japanese motorcycle manufacturer, you know, borrowed some styling attributes from, you know, the 60s and 70s in the form of what Dodge and Mopar was doing. Like, that's so cool. Right now, when we start hustling this bike, that's when you kind of feel the floorboards touching down and scraping a little bit, but certainly not bad. Like, we're riding this thing in a pretty sporty manner. We're having fun. We're carving some canyons, and it's doing a really nice job. Again, that transmission is just so precise. You never know. You always know what gear you're in when you're riding this bike. Gobs of torque. I mean, it doesn't matter if you lug the engine or rev it, there's always power right there. Yeah, the rev ceiling's not that high. I think this thing only revs to 4,750 RPM, which is kind of low, but just short shift it and you'll be good. Woo! This bike has a keyless style fob, so you know, you have to have the fob within within proximity of the motorcycle for it to start or unlock. You know, I'm not a big fan of key fobs. I just like the old school mechanical keys, but this key fob system works pretty good. It's also nice that the two back bags are electronically lockable, so there's no manual key. You just use your key fob and locks and unlocks them just like that. God, this thing sounds good. Yamaha also put some attention into, you know, when you're wiring this thing up for whatever accessories you're going to put into it. You know, they have leads so you can plug stuff in pretty easily. It's also fuses too, tapped into those power supplies, so you don't have to jerry-rig things. You know, you buy your accessories and plug them in, and you don't have to do any weird wiring jobs. Yamaha already did the work for all of you, which is a nice, you know, it's a nice attention to detail. You know, there's a USB power port on this thing, so you can charge your gadgets. There's a 12-volt power port thing on this bike too, so you can charge your plug-in GPS if you don't opt for the optional $1,500 more expensive GT package, which we're riding today. This bike has a CB radio, it has navigation, it has all those features. We also are tethered in, we're wired in using the J&M Audio accessory headset. This accessory headset's $200, and this cable here is $50, so $250 total. And what this allows is it allows you to communicate with the motorcycle. You can make phone calls, you can listen to music, you can listen to your navigation. You know, a lot of you might be wondering, why is this system a wired system and not Bluetooth? Well, Yamaha tells us that while a Bluetooth system will be coming soon in the future, at the present time, the Bluetooth didn't have the data bandwidth to host all the features that this wired headset allows for. So that's why they said they had to go wired. Like I said, they are planning to come up with a Bluetooth version soon, but for right now it's $250 and it's wired. But the system works good, you know. Really, when you have these speakers on and the speakers in the helmet, it gives you almost kind of like a high-def surround sound kind of sound. So whether you're listening to your music or you're getting navigation directions, it just kind of, it immerses you in it more in like a virtual reality kind of style. I shouldn't say virtual reality, but real reality. And it's neat. CB radio also comes as part of that GT package, and you know, CBs are nice because they have that range. You know, you can be, you know, 10 miles away from one of your riding buddies and you can still talk to them, where, you know, the Senna and the other Bluetooth communicators, they don't have that kind of range yet. So CB does come in handy. Of course, this bike has cruise control. It runs off Yamaha's chip control throttle, so the cruise control is very accurate, very, very accurate. You set it at a speed and it'll hold that speed, you know, within a mile per hour or two, like perfectly. Like, we're going uphill right now and it still was holding it perfectly at 51. Like, that's pretty neat for a cruise control system to be able to do. So that is a quick review of the 2018 Star Eluder. You know, if it was my money on the line, I probably wouldn't buy this Eluder bike. I'd probably spend the full $25K and just buy the Star Adventure. You know, for that extra $2,500, I feel like you get a lot more bike. And, you know, I like having that extra cargo capacity. I like having the adjustable windshield. I like having all that stuff. Yeah, I do like the style of a bagger motorcycle, but at the end of the day, motorcycles are also kind of practical means of transportation and fun having. And I would just pop for the Star Venture. But at the same time, if you want a lot of the features that Venture has, you know, the excellent ride quality, the super charismatic V-twin engine, the 7-inch touch full color display, you're gonna like this Star Eluder quite a bit. And I think it's gonna be some nice competition to the American manufacturers. Those guys, you know, Harley especially, they make some really nice bikes, but I think this Eluder's gonna have something for them. And it's always good to give people choices, you know. Everyone likes a different flavor, and this Yamaha flavor is a good one. It's tasty. Kudos to Yamaha. Until next time.